Yes, to ensure that all our candidates, and by extension our children and grandchildren, receive the materials in good time. Even in the remote areas of this country, we were able to administer examinations with, albeit with minimum delays, basically due to issues beyond our control, specifically bad weather associated with the flooding and temporary rivers. Once again, the government has delivered as one, in line with His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta's directive to all of us to work together as one government while executing government projects. Personally, I do not and cannot take this for granted. I wish to sincerely appreciate the presidency, which was represented in the monitoring by His Excellency the Deputy President, and also to say that the presidency has facilitated everything that we have required. I would like to state that through the Ministry of Interior, we have enjoyed the availability of police helicopters as and when required, and that we are also allowed by the good government of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta to put a total of 12 helicopters on standby. And I was also briefed that should there have been need for the Kenya Defence Forces to give us their own aircraft, that should have been made available. I welcome and encourage them to extend the spirit of monitoring the KCPE and KCSE. And of course, you have seen, and I want to state without any fear of contradiction, that the involvement of my cabinet colleagues in this process is here to stay until we achieve our goal. Let us not have, let us not make issues small that do not exist. There must be reasons why we are involved as one government. The children belong to us, the country belongs to us, and it is the duty of the government of the day today to ensure that the children are given their rights. And I think when a cabinet secretary spends his time with the most disadvantaged child of this country, it should be applauded rather than being questioned, because these children own the country. I wish to make the following preliminary observations based on our just concluded examinations. Number one, none of the examination papers, even a single question, was leaked. I think this sincerely has now become a thing of the past. All candidates were able to see the contents of the examination at the start of each examination. You can therefore expect all candidates will actually receive grades that belong to them. Number two, some 20 examination centers started examinations a little bit late on the first and the second days because of delays of the delivery of examinations. These delays were caused due to a few logistical problems associated with bad weather and chopper operations. Number three, examination officials strictly enforced the measures that were meant to ensure security of the examinations from the container to the examination centers. All center managers traveled in designated vehicles and were escorted by two security men as directed. This helped stamp out cases of early exposure that were reported in some areas of last year. I want to thank the examination officials for enforcing these measures, and specifically the center managers for the fidelity they have had for this process. Number four, we have managed to wipe out the anxiety among many parents and teachers over examinations. The number of examination malpractices have been reducing significantly. However, there were some challenges in three centers over attempted examination malpractices in Nyandarua, West Pokot, and Garissa. Action was taken very swiftly before any cheating happened. I am happy that the TSC has already taken action. And I want to say this, that I personally have no sympathy for somebody who chooses to do something that he or she is sure that is wrong, and he or she knows the consequences. So the full force of the law will take place to anyone, and if should we discover even during the marking process that there were some that we did not detect at this stage, then you can be rest assured that the full force of the law will take its action. Number 5, our decision to extend security surveillance up to 2 kilometers of each center is bearing fruit. Indeed, this is what happened. This is what helped us to detect an attempted cheating in Nyandarua. The spirit will be enhanced during KCSE. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, that this is just like a dress rehearsal. The real problematic exam starts on Monday, and we are on full alert for any of these. Number 6, the number of reported cases of births by candidates this year, up to now we have received only 10 reports, which is good news, and I want to thank the parents of our children. It seems that they are talking to the children, because they are the ones to mold the children. This is a much smaller percentage as compared to last year. Number 7, multi-sector agency approach to delivering examination has yielded fantastic results, as you have witnessed over the last 3 years. Various agencies work together as teams with the single most aim of delivering credible examination to our children. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to invite all government officials to keep the spirit of examination monitoring to the KCSE examination that starts countrywide next week. As a ministry, we are prepared to do all we can to ensure the examination process is of high integrity, and let me end by asking you, the fourth estate, to help us in this process and to be fair and fearless in reporting what you have to do, because I believe that every family in this country is related to a child. I want to thank you, unless there's 1 or 2 questions that you want to ask. That is the end of my statement. Yes?
Yes, maybe any findings from those teachers?
I can't hear you.
Any findings from those teachers that were arrested yesterday?
Ongechi, I'm a surgeon, and when we catch you cheating in the examination, those findings are processes. But I have said the full force of the law. For example, any teacher who opens an examination that was supposed to be opened later, which other finding are you looking for? You are supposed to read the examination before you open. So when you open it before that time, that is already a finding. It is not in my department. The DCI is dealing with them, but administratively we are going to be extremely firm, because it's very unfair to teachers, because teachers are the ones who are making sure that these examination processes are going on. If there are 28,000 and only between less than 10 have issues, don't you thump your chest that we are doing very well? Yeah, and those who have decided to test will bear the full force, as I have said. So the findings notwithstanding, I can assure you that something is going to happen. Any other one?
Prof, in the spirit of doing well, and obviously we are in a happy mood.
Yes.
I'll ask you a question I've asked you the last 2 years. The last time we spoke, you said that the exam results will be released before Christmas. Similar plans for this year?
You know, this is the only first time I'm talking as a Cabinet Secretary of Education. And as a Cabinet Secretary, I have to be more careful. You know, when is the chair talking, the chair can say anything. I want to assure you that as far as I'm concerned, my staff and everybody involved in the marking process are going to work according to the schedule that we have. And these particular results will be released long before Christmas, I can tell you that. These particular ones. Why do you want to keep them when we are ready? Because you know we run. In our ministry, we now run, we don't walk. So be prepared that these children, before they go to Christmas, they should be able to know which schools they are going to, so that the parents are able to prepare them and they can start their year in the various schools.
My final question, and still in the spirit of seeking a happy response. Yesterday in Voi, you spoke of downsizing on the number of security personnel in schools because the discipline of students have largely improved. Maybe you can expound a little bit on that.
You know, we started this war 4 years ago, and the good government of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta gave us all the powers to identify the containers, to plan, to run government, to get security men, because you know what was happening at that time. As we move forward, the 3 classes in high school now were completely sanitized. We are hoping that this 4th one is also going to be sanitized. So you may find that even though we shall still need security, we'll step down slowly, because you have seen how these children, even though they are the last lot, you have seen how comfortable they are. It's because the parents did not interfere with them buying fake papers and confusing them. These are people who have just trained and come to do exam. It will be better next year. And I'm hoping that over the years, there may be no need. Don't forget that when I was doing my exam, my head teacher used to come with the exam in his boot. And he used to go back with it in his boot. And we passed. But something happened, and we are trying to change the mindset of our people. And I think the parents are with us. Once they are sure that, like this year, Ndugu, we did not pick one fake primary school exam, unlike last year. That is something to be happy about. Because the Mandarins know that there is no market. And the market comes from the parents, isn't it? Siyo Natosha, asanteni sana. Let us hope. I just want to say that the real exam starts next week. Can we be more vigilant next week all together to deliver to our children? And I want to take this opportunity also to wish all those, together with my team here, to wish the high school children who are taking exams from next week all the very best, because their best, once again, is good enough for the country.